What?
They put more ice than pop in these things.
Every time.
Very disrespectful.
That's what they always do.
But now they put crushed ice in it, so
Look,
now they try to
on the
catch
side
it.
of the cup. You see those 2 dots? They supposed to fill it up to ice.
Get the fuck out of here! That's too much damn ice. Yo, what's up, everybody?
Why you slurp like that?
What you talking about?
Don't talk about what I'm talking about. Okay, go ahead.
It's on a beat, make it boom.
Yo, what's up, everybody? And welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. As always, I'm Alan Ford.
I'm Will Hill.
And today's documentary is called Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal, and Greed, which is located on Netflix. It's a documentary about Bob Ross and how his company, well, basically about the Bob Ross, pretty much.
I ain't gonna lie, the title alone had me captivated because
Captivated.
betrayal and greed is not something I put with Bob Ross.
Right.
So I was just like, oh shit, what the fuck happened with Bob Ross? Okay, good.
No, I was listening to you.
Yeah, no, those.
Right, was this what happened to Bob Ross?
Yeah, I didn't think nothing that had any type of betrayal or greed was around Bob Ross.
Well, he started out as a gold miner.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
I missed that one.
He was a
Goddamn.
gold miner at first, and then he was also an army. He was also Air Force. Air
Yeah.
Force. He's a vet. Yes. So
was
November
stationed-
11th, celebrate Bob Ross as well. He is a
Stationed
vet.
in Alaska.
Yep, where he met his first wife. I forgot her name.
No,
No, that's where he met his first wife in Alaska.
no.
Where did he meet her at?
He knew her before he went. They got married, or he proposed like right before he got deployed.
Okay, I must have missed that part.
Because his second wife was actually in the Air Force also.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he had a son. Son was older. His afro was a perm.
Yeah, it was fake.
was-
Well, we knew that. Come on.
It was
now.
a
Come on
perm.
now.
It was a whole perm. It was a perm.
Yeah, white people get perms to make their hair curly,
Yeah.
to give it texture.
He lived in Alaska for 12 years. Texture? What kind of texture?
Because their hair is flat and fine,
Right.
so they get a perm to give their hair texture.
That was
which makes
that was like a good afro, man. It was very.
Why
He kept
place
it
an afro?
clean. He kept it shaped up. You think he got it shaped up?
He had to. He had to keep his hair trimmed.
No, but you think he?
No, he had to get his hair trimmed.
Okay.
The perm only lasts for so
Now,
long.
what kind of barbershop did he go to?
He didn't. He went to a salon.
Oh, yeah. You go to a salon for that, right? What?
You don't know nothing about white people?
White people go to barbershops. They call them. Yeah, they go. You know, the white barbershops got the red, blue, and white, like candy cane thing.
That's all barbershops.
Nah, not all of them do. Nah, they do. I didn't see that at Calvin's.
Okay. I mean,
All right, we
maybe
got
Calvin
sidetracked here.
You know what? One thing they didn't say in the beginning, like when he started painting, it just kind of starts with him always painting,
No, he was a fan of nature.
right? Because he lived in Alaska.
Right. And then I think he watched, I forget the guy's name. It was some foreign fat guy. He looked like Danny DeVito as the Penguin
Well,
in Batman.
I don't think he really watched him. He was just the guy at the time.
Yeah, he was mesmerized by what he was doing.
Right.
Right. And that dude, very foreign. If you watch, I think I got his name here. Come on, say it. While I look up his
I'm
name.
terrible with names.
Yes. William Alexander. Yes. You hear this name, you think American, right? Psych. Guess again.
They
He
got
is not.
names. Other country has like normal names.
No, this was in the country. He was in the country. He looked, can I say Perusian?
Maybe.
Maybe. He was.
I didn't.
He was
put a
very
race on
foreign.
it.
He was very foreign. Like he would make something, he would draw something, but then talk to you, and it feels like he yelling at you because you can't understand what he's saying.
I feel like
half
you
the
never
time.
go in order. That was like later in the doc when they got to him.
No, this was why he was painting. I'm looking at the notes.
Yeah, but then he went to that one guy who he ended up being business partners with. He took a class and he realized that Bob Ross was fairly advanced and didn't need the class.
Kowalski?
No.
No, that was the lady.
Yeah.
Who was the lady? Oh, the guy was
Dean?
Dana.
No. Yeah, Dana. The
D-A,
time
it was
team.
D-A-N-A.
Yeah. Dana.
Yeah, that was his best friend too. They became best
What was
friends.
the last name?
I don't think that's his last name. No,
I left my phone. I don't have my phone.
Dan was best friend, but John Tham.
Damn. That's who he took the art class from, but he wasn't like his,
How you think you spell that?
I don't know.
Just try it.
THAME.
Oh. Well, it's THAMM.
Oh,
You was close. Because it sounded like damn. It don't
what's
sound
his
like
first
that.
name? Tane.
Huh?
What's his first name?
John.
John. Right. He went to a class where John was teaching.
Right. John taught him that.
And well, no, John said he didn't teach him. He realized fairly on that he was already like.
Teachers say that when they don't want to take credit.
No, but no, come on, who wouldn't want to take credit as Bob Ross being their protege?
Hey man, somebody taught Michael Jordan how to play basketball. He didn't just pick that up.
He did.
Somebody had to teach him. He just don't know the rules like that.
Who taught him?
Somebody did. He had coaches.
Right, but ain't nobody gonna be like, I was Michael's protege. That was my protege.
Well, you know, it's probably that person that Michael probably paid him. Keep him quiet.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, Michael Jackson learned to moonwalk from somebody.
He did.
Yeah.
That
dude take credit for that moonwalk though.
That don't mean he was. Michael Jackson was his protege.
Okay, I guess, you know, just saying.
Anyway.
But he ain't put him as protege. The guy had nothing to. Miles just wanted to paint nature. Like, to be
That was
a
it.
protege,
That was his biggest flaw as a person, though.
What?
All he wanted to do was paint. It reminded me of Forrest Gump.
It got him famous in a sense.
To me, it sounds like he was obsessed.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that's his first wife when he had his eldest son. What was his eldest son name?
He only had one son.
Steve.
Steve Ross.
Right. So he had Steve with the first wife while he was still in the Army.
Right.
Air Force.
Right.
And then he did his 12 years in Alaska.
Yes.
And then where they moved to?
I forget.
None of it said.
They never
He was
really
in
said.
Seattle.
See, they said he lived in Seattle. They never really said where any of them lived. Really.
Yeah. No.
They never said. They just said he was in Alaska and then he moved and then they said where he moved to and then they just jumped to the next scene. They never really talked about where he lived.
They talked a lot about just like his pure passion for painting.
Yes.
This man was painting sun up to sundown, and that shit ruined his first marriage.
Right. And that voice he has, he didn't really talk like that. He just used that just for the show. That, hey, yeah, you see him put that little tree there?
I know, but I feel like you're skipping ahead. We ain't even got to that point yet.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not. He's not on TV yet.
He is on TV.
No, he was not.
Because he's teaching classes.
No, when he got out the Air Force, right?
Yes.
He got divorced from his first wife.
Right.
Right? And then he started teaching classes. That was before he even got on TV.
Yes.
So how did you get to his TV voice?
Exactly. That's the craziest. Well, the oil paintings. He started out with oil painting. Then he saw that guy do it, but then he wanted to learn how to do oil paintings
right. He saw the William guy, right?
Because oil paintings take at least 5 days. Is what they
Yeah,
say.
he was obsessed. He was doing it.
And they call I got this fancy word. They called it a la. Hold on. No. A la prima.
Right. That's the painting
First
style.
attempt.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means. Yes, I've been practicing.
And they use it for like finer things that need emotion.
A la prima?
Mm-hmm.
That means emotion?
The painting technique. They used it
Oh.
For things that need emotions, like when they would do like the big portrait paintings.
Right.
They used it like in the cape that went over like the stairs, but you had to do it like fairly quick. And so Bob Ross saw the guy do it, and Bob was like, "Why is it taking me 4 to 5 days? Well, this is taking this guy 30 minutes to do."
Right.
So he practiced it.
Watch William with the William foreign. I can't understand what you said. Alexander.
Yeah, watch William Alexander do it. And then, like I said, he was teaching classes from it, right?
Yes, he was. And
then he met
Annette Kowalski.
Kowalski.
We gonna get sued for saying that name, boo.
I wish the bitch would.
Hey, see, I mean, she watch it.
Right.
I mean, she watch it. Yeah. This bitch she was a bitch.
Yeah. No, she was cool at first. She just like. No, I take that back. Maybe she was a bitch at first. Everybody knew off top. Yeah. Like the Kowalskis just wanted money.
And by the way, this was the 80s, so none of these women are attractive. They got the big 80 frames on. They all got like floral dresses,
Yeah.
floral dresses, and
she used to paint flowers.
yeah, she used to paint flowers. Oh
Unless
my
she stole it
god,
from somebody else. But
yeah, and they all wore like these high stockings and all this stuff. Like, yeah,
it was the 80s.
yeah, they were old.
Early 80s.
It was early. Yep, early 80s. No, it was like mid. I think it was mid. It went early.
Mid early.
Yeah, mid early. Mid early. That's the thing. Mid early is the thing. Yeah, they were. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, she tried to help him sell his paintings.
Yeah, right. She was just in it for the money, off top.
Yeah, off the
Everybody that know the Kolowskis
Yes,
know they about money.
Just trying to help sell the paintings. And Dana Jester was Bob's best friend. That's who he was teaching classes around the world with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think
They was
Bob
traveling.
taught him.
I don't think they taught one another. It was kind of
No. Of course they didn't teach one another. Bob taught him.
Sure.
Because everybody using the Bob Ross style.
I think Bob was just the more charismatic of them,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Then like you was talking about the voice thing. No, he did that on purpose because he realized that most of his fans were women, and so you talk softer to women, almost seductive like.
Yes.
He was the first person to do the AMSR
because he did come
Before it was
on.
a thing.
He did come on in like the morning or afternoon, and mom is at home at that time. You know, the housewives are there. And
I ain't gonna lie, I was surprised Bob Ross was out here fucking shit though.
He was. That man was out here fucking. He was cheating on his wife like crazy. His second wife. We're like, they didn't learn this lesson at all.
When you a famous painter as Bob Ross, what'd you expect?
Hey.
I'm joking.
I didn't know they was throwing it at painters like this though.
I mean, look.
If
you got it,
I'm not doing it. And then again, it was these old white.
He was older white. What are you talking about?
80s. Like, he was like 40. Well, he was 40 something. Because he died at 55.
He was out here slanging dick though. Yeah, he hooked up with a net Kolowski.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you miss that?
What that
they had an affair?
They said they claimed they had an affair.
Yeah.
We don't really know that.
It was so bro. The way they
But
set
then
it up,
they showed the pictures of her. It's like, what other women he was sleeping with? Why her? Why her? Her dresses came to her ankles.
But no, they would say everybody like it was just who he was. He was very charismatic, so people were drawn to him. So I think I don't know. I don't want to put my speculations on it. I don't know why you making that face. He was talking.
That's just oh my
you
god,
ain't gotta do it.
Bob Ross, man. You got PBS money. It is on
They
PBS.
had PBS money.
They had.
They all together.
He had something. He had something to be buying. All the he loved animals so he loved nature so much. He would have all these exotic animals in the studio with him.
Oh, exotic, a squirrel?
Come on, man. Who the fuck catches a squirrel? Go outside and catch a squirrel right now.
Catch a squirrel? It's not that hard to catch a squirrel.
It's not.
No.
Well, he had chipmunks too.
A chipmunk.
Yeah, in his pocket.
Why you act like he had like a plethora of
Come
fucking
on, man.
exotic animals?
I feel like he did, man.
No, he didn't. He had those too. And he didn't walk around with a chipmunk in his pocket at all times.
Them exotic animals, man. Who you know with pet squirrels?
A bunch of homeless people.
What? Exotic animals, man. They out there in the wild. They in that zoo.
Everything started off in the wild.
Hey, man. Bob Ross was a fucking ladies' man. Who would have thought that?
Yeah, I didn't think
that's
that.
insane.
I didn't think that at all.
This is a game. And then, Bob and Nat. Some of the workers say they didn't feel real comfortable when she was there. But
She was real overprotective of Bob. Like she wanted to be the only one hooking up with him.
Yeah.
And so like people had to be real careful how they talked around her and how they interacted with Bob in front of her and stuff like that. And they had BRI, Bob Ross Incorporated. That was the name of the business they had. They sold paintbrushes, paints, canvases, along with the books and all the other stuff you need to be painting. But then like I didn't know they had like people certified to teach Bob Ross painting style. So like they had people going to classes to get certified to go to other places and teach people how to do the Bob Ross painting.
And it's crazy because they probably, those people who like teaching other people how to do it, they probably took one of the original classes or something like that to learn that. And then
With Bob Ross?
No, not with Bob Ross. Like, because Bob had his son, and who else better knows it than your son and your best friend?
You had to go through like
Yeah.
the courses with Annette there. And like she had them sign all that paperwork. They was signing to a contract before the first class. Like you couldn't talk about what the fuck was going on. She made it was like Fight Club. Like don't talk. The first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. But like you couldn't talk about no other paintings, and they had like a little suggestion box. One girl had mentioned that she wanted to take another class, and they kicked her out. Which was crazy.
That's
the Kowalskis.
Kowalskis.
My bad.
Kowalskis. You gotta get these white names right.
I'm trying.
Kowalski.
I don't want them to
sound like a cartoon.
Get on me again on YouTube.
Yeah, I highlight some main points here though.
What you got,
man? Okay, after they was hooking up, they got mad. It was awkward. And everything.
Of course. You just got cheating.
And then it became more about selling product and teaching people how to paint.
Right, they was the business side.
Yeah.
To me, that's how that works, right? You need somebody who care more about the money side than the passion.
Right.
Like, and those two are supposed to come together. But he was outnumbered because what is it, how you say it? Kowalskis.
Yes.
It was Annette and her husband. They both was on the business side, so he was outnumbered in that sense.
Yeah, he didn't really want. All he wanted to do was paint, man.
Right.
That's fucked up. They was stealing from
when Bob Ross got remarried. Right, that's when the affair had came out. She had a son, so he had a stepson.
Yeah.
Right.
He was a piece of shit too. But
who?
No, that was the uncle that did that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then after that,
I want to say his son looked just like them.
Yeah. Then a sad point. He lost his wife to. His son
cancer.
was like him.
Yeah, I thought they looked alike.
I couldn't tell. His son looked like he didn't touch that money at all. I can tell you that much.
He can't. Well, we'll get there.
Then he lost his wife to cancer.
Yeah, Bob Ross, went down a hole, which to be expected.
Oh, that hole got deeper, because then shortly after he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah. And his best friend speculates it was from the paint thinner.
Yeah, because he would slap that thing literally across everywhere, and who knows what particles are probably flying up your nose. But
yeah, paint thinner is not good for your body. You shouldn't be breathing it in.
No, he should not. He should have wore a mask.
Because like after his wife had got sick, he was painting more. So I mean, he was doing like what 2 a day. They were saying.
Whether it's 1980 something to the 1990s to the 2020s. Wear your goddamn mask. Wear your mask. You should have wore a mask. No, yeah, he worked a lot. He made a lot. What? No, how many did he get up to?
No, when he got cancer, he was doing like 6, 7 a day.
Yeah,
he was just putting stuff out there. He tried to get his son to do it, like take over. He was trying to build BRI for his son to eventually take over, but his son really didn't want it. Right. I think a lot of parents who are great at things fail at that.
He wore a wig.
Yeah, he had cancer.
He had to wear a wig. He would, and they, I think, like, well, I don't know if he did. They say he wanted to wear the wig though. I don't think he wanted to, because they kept forcing him to wear it.
Kowalskis?
Yeah, the Kowalskis.
Okay. I'm not gonna get this.
Yeah, I know you're not, but you gonna keep trying to say it.
I'm gonna try. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Yeah, a whole lot.
Kowalskis was for like when it came out that he had cancer. They didn't want nobody to know. They kept on trying to get him to sign over his name, like his likeness and stuff like that.
Yes.
So they can have full reign over everything Bob Ross.
And they wanted to control the art market too, as well.
Right. Annette wanted to be the top dog after Bob Ross.
She stole somebody's like painting
whole
idea.
The whole book. It was the same words.
All she did was change the colors. It was the whole
Not
book.
even.
It was the whole
Just put
book.
her name on it.
She stole a whole painting flower book.
I'm like, was she B. Simone's?
Ain't getting into that.
Just go ahead and just put my name on it.
Yes, man. Bob is sick, man. He wanted to work on a children's book.
A TV show.
Children's TV show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a TV show.
That probably would be interesting. Your kids would have been sitting there painting.
Right, because they wanted to go after kids because he felt like people who paint, got teased as kids. This is what kids do. So he was trying to catch it before they got teased so they wouldn't lose the passion for it, trying to be cool.
Right. They wouldn't lose the patch for. Well, back in that was probably 95, around 93, 95. Yeah, they was hating on Barney. So you think they would have hated Bob Ross? If
Yeah.
He would have kept his kids show.
Yeah, no. See,
they would have made some myths about Bob Ross, man.
Right, they hated on Barney because he was too nice. Right, they couldn't find nothing wrong with it. And then you don't think the same thing would happen to Bob Ross?
Yeah, I really believe the same thing would have happened to Bob Ross. They would have cursed him the fuck out. Imagine somebody getting mad, calling Bob Ross gay because he's sitting there talking about little trees.
Yeah, happy little tree.
Yeah,
There's no mistakes.
yeah. Somebody would call him a pedophile too. That's the crazy part.
I mean, I have to go there.
He has the voice.
Yeah,
hey, how you doing?
Oh, sir, women. He was seducing them.
He was seducing women, but now you're watching kid shows. You don't want you walk in, your son, like 2-year-old son or daughter is sitting there.
That's how they all talk on kids shows.
Not like that.
Yes, they do.
Not like Bob Ross sitting there painting a dog. Say,
A dog. He painted nature. He didn't paint animals.
I'm saying if it's a kid, you're gonna take your time, right?
No, he did everything in 30 minutes.
It's for a 2-year-old.
It was not for a 2-year-old. It was like 8 to 10.
I'm letting you know hypothetically.
Let's not go there.
You got a 2-year-old.
Let's not.
You walk in.
A 2-year-old ain't painting?
Hey, yes, probably on the wall.
Come on, bro.
You walk in and you just see your 2-year-old watching this show about a white man with an afro, and he goes,
"No,
hey, how you doing?
No,
we're gonna paint
Why
today?"
did your mind go there?
What?
A 2-year-old?
I'm just saying what people in the 90s would say. They said the same shit about Barney.
Barney was not for 2-year-olds.
Barney was for 2-year-olds.
It was not.
Yes, it was.
It was not a singular 2-year-old on that show.
But Barney, you know how many 2-year-olds were in Madison Square Garden when he sold that bitch out?
Probably not that many.
It was a lot.
How you know?
With parents.
Not no 2-year-olds.
It was.
Come on, man. We
all right, you are just all over the place. You don't believe
that's you. You went to a whole hypothetical.
First, you don't believe yogurt can be free. Now the 2-year-old.
You go bring
that
outside stuff.
That is crazy.
Into the podcast here.
Anyway, I'm not.
Come on, man.
We got way off topic.
That's you. Don't talk about some we.
Anyway, while Bob was dying of cancer.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Bob Ross died of cancer. It was a continued fight over BRI, which is the Bob Ross.
They didn't even tell nobody Bob died.
No, they
the
did
Kowalskis.
That's fucked up. Now that's fucked up.
Like, what did son say? Like 20 people showed up to his service. This international man. You know what I'm saying? And nobody showed.
Like a Biggie funeral?
Yeah.
What? Bob Ross with a Biggie funeral?
I feel like Biggie touched more people than Bob Ross did, but he had a big following.
Man, you know what's crazy?
What?
If Cosby died, his funeral would be big.
Why are you going back to hypotheticals?
Because
but I'm the one.
Because he clearly touched more people.
No, we're talking about. Look,
Biggie
look. You just had to get a joke in there. I hope you laughed. I hope you laughed.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry. That was just
No, you didn't have to.
I mean,
you didn't.
He did touch more people.
Okay.
As you were saying.
I'm waiting on you to move on.
I'm done. As you were saying.
The Kowalskis? What is it?
Kowalskis. There it is. The
Kowalskis didn't tell nobody that he passed away. And even before he died, like he was on his deathbed, they were still calling and trying to get him to sign over his rights to his name, and so they can control everything 100%.
They tried to get Steve to sign it. Steve's like, "Nah, I ain't signing it."
Not at all.
No.
But then they end up getting away with it because
the uncle signed it.
Bob Ross had a brother, and when Bob Ross wrote it out in his will or whatever, he wrote it. All his intellectual property was to be given to his son and his brother, but he gave his brother 51%, his son 49%, because his son was so young when he wrote this.
Fuck that.
And with that being, he had the majority, so if he gave it away, it was gone.
That's stupid.
And that's what happened. With enough pressure, they tried to sue him. Everybody ain't built strong enough to fight.
They not. That's fucked up.
He gave in.
He should just gave that to his son.
So all y'all out there
always
buying Bob Ross stuff, y'all are giving it to the
company. Steve is not getting none of that. The families, y'all giving it to the Kowalskis.
Y'all giving it to the Kowalskis.
Steve is not getting none of that. The Ross family is not getting none of that. Well, it's only Steve.
Right. So look. So these people are so, I want to say, evil that Steve tried to come out with his own stuff. Steve Ross Incorporated, right?
He can't use the name.
He can't use the name Ross. The Kowalskis are trying to own the name Ross
His
in
name
its entirety.
that he's doing. They're trying to own your name that he's doing. They trying to Vince McMahon these motherfuckers.
Yeah, this shit crazy.
That's insane.
It was crazy. All right, what you rate it?
What I rate it? Well, let's just close it out with Steve and Dana. They still teach a class to this day. So go ahead, look up, find a class, help the man out. Well, not help him out. Go ahead, learn how to paint like Bob Ross.
Okay.
I'll give it a 4.2.
4.2. Why 4.2?
They didn't say where this man lived.
You just realized that though right now. I'm pretty sure they did. We just don't remember.
Maybe. It was all right. I mean, it was like, well, I thought it was some sad moments in it. A little bit too sad moments.
What do you mean? He was a great guy who died. Yes, it's going to be sad moments.
It'll make you feel some kind of way afterwards.
I think that's the point of a documentary, though.
I haven't felt like this after any other documentary.
When we watch one where somebody died.
We have watched one where somebody died.
Which one?
Miss Cleo.
Yeah, that was like the very, very end. And she was a scammer. So, like, you didn't feel for her.
Was she a scammer?
Yeah.
All right, anyway. But 4.2. I give it a 4.2.
4.2. I give it 4.8.
Horror in mind. Go ahead. Wow.
I didn't know nothing about Bob Ross, so this gave me a lot of insight into who he was. I felt like they did their due diligence trying to get everybody's side of the story, but the Kowalskis, right, had threatened to sue everybody who was a part of it before the doc even came out. So a lot of people were afraid to even speak on what happened with Bob Ross on the threat of lawsuit. So people did the doc, great job. Like I said, so it was all encompassing as much as they could because everybody was afraid to speak on them. Even reached out to the Kowalskis and they gave out 2 statements. At first they was like, we ain't got nothing to say. And then it was like, we did nothing but good for Bob. Like, I will caution you not to talk bad about it. You know what I'm saying? So like they did their due diligence. I feel like all information was laid out there on the table. I didn't leave the doc like, damn, I don't know this. Like, damn, why didn't say this? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you like one of them people who like to see the evil villain win, this is a doc for you.
Yes.
Because the bad guys won.
The bad guys won this one.
Yeah.
The heels won. The heels are winning.
The heels?
The wrestling fans out there.
The fuck is that?
You got baby face and then you got the heel.
No.
That's in wrestling?
What are you talking about?
Professional wrestling.
Why?
Because I'm letting you know
why?
Because you said
why?
the evil person won in this Bob Ross documentary, right? The heel. She was the heel. Bob Ross was babyface.
I don't know these people you're talking about.
No, that's not the name of the wrestlers. That's the. I'll explain it to you later, man. I think you understand what I'm talking about.
No, I'm completely lost.
Okay, never mind. All right, that concludes this episode. Let's talk about it. As always, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok at Let's Talk About It. Follow us on Instagram at LDAIPod22. My name is Alan Ford. You can follow me at Ford Comedy on all social media platforms.
I'm Will Hill. Y'all can follow me everywhere, simply just Will. Can y'all do me a favor? Tell Alan there's no place you get free yogurt. All right, y'all, we out.
You snuck that in. That's funny.
It's gonna be make it boom.